Hey there everyone, greetings from Vancouver. This is my sitting room. As you can see, that's the couch where I take a lot of my photos of the products I review on Archimago's Musings blog. I thought since I had this product sitting on the table here after opening and making sure that at least it turned on before listening, I'll just do a quick video to show you guys around the unit. This is the Integra DRX-8.4 receiver. It's currently the flagship receiver from the Integra line. Integra, you might not be aware, is a subsidiary of Onkyo. They are meant for home theater integrators. So from the consumer or within the consumer space, we might not know of this brand as well as Onkyo. But they're relatively easy to find, I think, online, and you should have no problems getting it, which is how I got it here to Vancouver. As you can see from the front, we have a lot of channels on this device. It's 11.4 channels, it says. That's 11 channels of amplification, 150 watts per channel class AB, and that's at less than 0.08% THD with 2 channels driven. And as with many, actually most receivers these days, on the front you'll see this, you see the sticker with all kinds of features, THX, Dolby, DTS, IMAX, etc. With capabilities for both 4K and 8K video. Notice that it's got DRAC capability as well. This unit comes with DRAC Live Full Bandwidth Edition. For $299 you can add the bass control, which allows for multiple subwoofers and full range speaker calibration, room calibration. And it seems, according to some online posts, that maybe the DSP inside is capable also of DRAC Live ART. Note that it's not, I would say it's not the best looking receiver out there. I'm just going to move the camera a little closer. Notice that all the buttons are up front, as well as the HDMI input port. There's no sliding door or any mechanism to hide away some of those buttons. Okay, let's go on top and have a look. The chassis does have this crossbar here that gives it a little bit more strength than without. And if we look inside underneath the sheet metal, you can see that white, what looks like a box inside. That's the high current power supply that feeds the amplifiers on both sides. And on the rear half of the box, you see a couple of fans. One of them, this one, seems to be spinning. There's a little bit of fan noise, hopefully nothing significant once you sit at normal listening distances in the sound room. This other one doesn't look like it's spinning up. I presume when it heats up a bit, that's when it kicks on. All right, here's the remote controller. Let's have a look. Standard plastic affair with a good complement of buttons as usual for receivers. I see that they have this independent DRAC button, which is interesting. We'll play with that later. Okay, let's go to the back of the unit. As with most modern receivers, multi-channel receivers, you have a full complement of inputs and outputs. Let's see what we got here. We've got a couple of antennae for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. The AC plug is removable, so you can replace that, I guess, with an aftermarket plug if you think that makes a difference. Already, this is a good thick 14 AWG cable. All right, we've got tuners for AM and FM radio, a full complement of HDMI input, 6 inputs, 3 outputs, 8K capable. Ethernet is 10100 megabits per second, and a standard USB-A for media on USB sticks. Coaxial as well as optical digital inputs, a full complement of RCA inputs here. Right, and as you, here's the phono input, right, as well as the ground, so you can plug in your turntable. The RCA plugs all look pretty high quality, gold plated, full complement of pre-line outs, as well as 2 pairs of subwoofers. So there's really just 2 subwoofer channels that are independent. even though there are more outputs here. Now, the nice thing about these new models, I think, is the inclusion of XLR balanced input for high resolution DACs, for example, or your streamer. And as well, we've got these XLR pre-outs. And for this unit, I like the fact that you've got both right and left front channels as well as center, and then your two subwoofer outputs. Great if you've got some outboard high quality amplifiers. And down below, we've got the speaker connectors. Plastic, but they feel quite solid. They're certainly more robust feeling than the inexpensive China TI TPA Class D amps like the Fozzy amps, for example. And you've got also these outputs, or sorry, these triggers for connecting other devices to turn on with the receiver. All in all, the receiver's pretty robust. It's 50 pounds. The width of the unit is about 17 inches, about 18 inches deep, and 8 inches tall. By the way, the DACs on this device should perform pretty well. I guess we'll see once we hit the test bench about what the objective measures look like. But the DAC consists of dual ESS ES9026 Pro. So they should be able to perform better than -100 dB THD plus N. All right, I have this plugged into the kilowatt meter over there, and I see that at rest, even without playing anything, we're looking at about 75 watts. So it does take up a bit of power even without playing anything. All right, I think that's all I need to say right now. We will touch base a little bit later with the blog post and some of the results. Take care.